Network, Todd Urey.
Hey, Pharmacy Profit Summit Live 2024 here in Dallas. We're at the Omni. I always love coming to the Profit Summit. Lisa Fost has put together an absolute amazing group of people, pharmacy owners really trying to change the game. And part of that game are organizations and vendors who are doing things different. And they're helping community pharmacies, independent pharmacies, do things that are going to improve profitability and efficiency. And I met someone from RxMile. Introduce yourself to our listeners.
Hello, my name is Kunal Vyas. I'm the co-founder and CEO of RxMile. I appreciate the opportunity, Mr. Todd, to speak with you here. I've been waiting for this opportunity for a while.
Well, I'm excited to hear about you because I've seen RxMile all over social, and I've seen Lisa and the Diversify team talk about it. Lisa is not an easy person to win over, and if you get her trust, if you could become part of that inner circle, it's very important. So you must be doing something right for community independent pharmacies. So tell us a little bit about RxMile.
Okay, so let me kind of back up real quick here. So in the independent pharmacy community, right, we got to provide free home delivery, right? I always tell people all the time, in what sector do you find somebody providing anywhere in the U.S. free home delivery? It ain't with pizza. It ain't with Amazon Prime. It's only us. And then you also look at the shrinking margins we have, but we still provide that service. What does that mean? That means we give a damn. We actually care about these patients, right? Yep. The third largest expense for a pharmacy after payroll and cost of medications is delivery. And what we've done is we've created a platform that takes that expense and actually creates ROI for the pharmacy. And, you know, I always tell people, give me 20 minutes of your time so I can show you, and they understand exactly what I mean at that point.
So that's the simplicity of it. What made you get into this business? You must have had some kind of attachment to community pharmacy at some point.
Okay, so I was actually born into the medical industry. Let me explain that to you. In 1987, I was 7 years old, and my uncles created the first MSO in Orlando, Florida, managed service organization, first Humana contract at that point too. Long story short, they built the two practices. One was sold in 2019 to Humana, the other one was sold to DaVita Health. During that time, we were at full risk with 30,000 Medicare Advantage patients. So my uncle was like, you know, we need to have a pharmacy so we can make sure these patients are getting their medications, make sure if they are going into the hospital, they're not readmitting because we're able to do med recs at the door, different things like that. And from there, I started off as a farm tech making $30,000 an hour.
Yep.
I mean, my bad, not an hour, $30,000 a year. Built that business, long story short, from 0 to 20 million annual reoccurring revenue. And I always joke with people and say I used to make a profit off ketchup packets and napkins because it was all maintenance medications. I didn't do any of this steak and potatoes, which was the specialty drugs and the compounding drugs. But with that said, when we sold in 2019, I decided, you know, we built this platform out of necessity to provide hand delivery. We used to get audited every 6 to 8 weeks from most of the insurance companies because of the high volume we were doing. So when I sold the company, I decided, let me take this software and provide this service to other MSO platforms here in Miami, Florida. Mm-hmm. And today, long story short, we do about 3,000 to 5,000 deliveries a day just in one city, Miami, Florida. We work with some of the largest MSOs, Leon Medical, CareMax, Medcare Infusion, Broward Health Systems, to name a few. And from there, I know people see me a lot, and I'm always wearing a hat because I'm losing my hair. So I decided, you know, I love, you know, it's a very lucrative business, logistics. You control the margins, unlike pharmacy. You have density. You can do 10 packages per hour. Now, all of a sudden, you're making a 60% gross profit after driver cost. And you're able to charge the customer. We charge $3.99 for next day delivery in Miami from Homestead to West Palm Beach, which is why nobody can come into the Miami market. And what we're doing now is we're like, we don't want to do this all over the country. So the same way I use this platform for my pharmacy and the same way I'm using this platform as a courier, let's provide it to everybody throughout the U.S. So the first step was get it to independent pharmacies that have their own internal drivers. We have hundreds of pharmacies utilizing it right now. And then a lot of pharmacies ask, hey, you know, we don't want the headache. We'd like to outsource it. So that's where we got the concept of building out a nationwide network of courier companies, guys, not couriers, courier companies that can provide the outsourcing option. They go through a vetted process to be a part of our network. They got to understand what PHI stands for. Mm-hmm. They got to know their drivers got to do HIPAA compliant annual testing. They got to understand we're not here to take advantage as other couriers are or be opaque as other couriers are. Complete transparency. They need to know exactly where the package is, when it's being delivered, live tracking for their patients, better patient experience overall. So, yeah, I said a lot right there. I probably might stop, Todd. I'm taking over here. I'm going to let you speak.
No, that's great. We want this kind of stuff on the Profit Summit Live pre-show, post-show. And it's important because we want options. I want pharmacy owners across the nation to know what's going on, what's latest and greatest, and how it can actually help to change their business. So we appreciate you being part of the show.
I appreciate being a part of the show.
See ya.